There's a tiny string of numbers and letters on your payslip that decides how much tax comes out of your pay. And HMRC gets it wrong more often than you'd think. If your tax code is wrong, you could be quietly overpaying hundreds of pounds a year, or building up a nasty bill for later. The good news? It takes about 2 minutes to check, and if you've overpaid, you can claim it back, sometimes for the last 4 years. Let me show you exactly how. This is educational, not financial advice, but it might be the most profitable 2 minutes you spend this month. First, what is a tax code? It tells your employer how much of your income is tax-free before they start deducting. The standard code right now is 1257L. Here's the trick. Take those numbers and add a zero, 12,570. That's your tax-free personal allowance for the year. The letter on the end just describes your situation. L means you get the normal allowance. So for most people with one job and no perks, 1257L is exactly right. Earn under your allowance and the code's correct, and you'll pay no income tax at all. Now, the codes that should make you sit up. BR means every penny from that job is taxed at 20%. No tax-free allowance at all. 0T is similar, no allowance given. D0 taxes the lot at 40%. And if you see W1, M1 or an X on the end, that's an emergency code, usually after starting a new job without a P45. Emergency codes tax each payday in isolation, so you often overpay. There's also K, which means deductions are bigger than your allowance. None of these are automatically wrong, but if one shows up and your situation is simple, that's your signal to check. Why does the code go wrong in the first place? A few classic triggers: starting a new job without handing over your P45, having 2 jobs or a job plus a pension, the allowance can get split or doubled up, getting a company car or medical insurance, or a pay rise that tips you into a new band. HMRC works off the information it has, and if that information is out of date, your code drifts out of line. It's nobody chasing it for you, which is exactly why a quick yearly check pays off. Here's the check. Grab your most recent payslip and find your tax code. Then go to gov.uk and search Check Your Income Tax. That opens your personal tax account. You'll need to log in with your government gateway details. It shows your current code, how HMRC worked it out, and your estimated tax for the year. Compare what's on your payslip with what should apply to your situation. If it matches and you've got one simple job, brilliant, you're done. If it doesn't, move to the next step. If your code's wrong, you fix it by telling HMRC, update your details in your personal tax account, or call them on 0300 200 3300. Once they have the right information, they issue a corrected code and your employer applies it. Here's the part people miss. If you've overpaid, you don't just lose that money. HMRC can refund overpaid tax, and you can usually go back up to 4 tax years. Sometimes it arrives automatically after the year ends. Sometimes you have to ask. Either way, if you've been on the wrong code, it's worth claiming. That can be hundreds of pounds back in your pocket. So, quick recap. Your tax code sets your tax-free allowance. For most people, it's 1257L, meaning 12,570 tax-free. Watch out for BR, 0T, D0, and emergency codes if your situation's simple. Check it free in your personal tax account on gov.uk. Fix a wrong code with HMRC and claim back overpaid tax, up to 4 years. Run that check once a year and you'll never silently overpay again. This is education, not advice. If your situation's complex, a qualified accountant is worth it. If this helped, subscribe.